Right now at 5, Southeast School District in Cherokee, Kansas is gauging interest on moving to a 4-day school week.
And we've got another cold start out there. Some freeze warnings in place. It's going to be much warmer today. We'll take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, a Joplin restaurant joins forces with the Boys and Girls Club to raise some funds.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. It is Thursday, and for many folks, this is the last day of work or school. We've got Good Friday tomorrow. We have the Easter holiday coming up. We got a lot of stuff going on as we head into the start of next week. So we'll talk about all of that in detail in a moment. But first, it's cold, but I did not wear the coat today. I told myself, I said no, because by the time I get out of here, it's going to be warm. It's just a quick drive up there. I'll manage with the heat, and I did not wear the jacket.
It was a gorgeous day yesterday, turned out to be in the afternoon.
It ended up being pretty decent. It's going to be even better today. Here's a look outside. This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex downtown Joplin. And as you can see, we've got clear skies, got a bit of a breeze out there, nothing significant at this point. Looking pretty nice so far. MoDOT camera, 20th and range line, also looking fairly good as well. Does anybody else see? It's got to be somebody on a bicycle is my guess. Yeah, okay, it's a bicyclist. It just looked a little eerie. There was a dark shadow just kind of rolling down range line. You never know. All right, so we do have some freeze warnings out there. Northeastern Oklahoma, these run until 9 a.m. I mentioned yesterday, that this was going to be a possibility again with it getting pretty cold. But we don't have widespread freeze warnings or frost advisories. That doesn't still mean it's not cold out there. It is 35 in Joplin right now, 31 in Pittsburgh. And as we look at temperatures around the region, again on the cold side, but a few degrees warmer than where we were yesterday. We got some upper 20s, Neodesha and Parsons. The rest of us in the low to mid 30s across the area. So again, not a bad start. Kids getting on the bus for their last day of school this week. 32, sunny. South breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour. As we head into the afternoon, sunny, 62 when that bus brings them home. Southwest wind 5 to 15 with some occasional gusts up to 20. That's going to change as we head into Friday, unfortunately. As we go through today, though, absolutely beautiful. Sunny skies. Low to mid 60s for our highs, an absolutely textbook spring-like day out there. As mentioned, some changes on the way. It's going to get warmer, it's going to get windier, and it's going to get stormier. We're going to break down the full details on all that in your full forecast, and that's coming up here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon. Authorities investigate a fatal crash that happened yesterday morning near Avila, Missouri. Troopers say a westbound milk tanker on State Highway 96 turned onto County Road 20 when it was rear-ended by a pickup traveling at, quote, highway speeds. The impact caused the tanker to overturn and block the lane. Authorities say the driver of the pickup, Robert Rathman of Mount Vernon, died at the scene. If you're ever on the go and want to still be able to watch our newscast live, just download the KOAM Plus app. It's available free of charge on the App Store of your choice. Just search for KOAM Plus. The Southeast Lancer School District in Cherokee decided to stay at a 5-day school calendar week. The district was considering going to a 4-day week, but after conducting a survey, community members, and doing research, they decided to postpone the conversation to the next school year.
We made that decision so that there wasn't enough data or proof to show that we wouldn't lose students because we are a small district, or we wouldn't lose participation in activities for the kids, because we don't want to lose anymore.
There's pros and cons, and there's unknowns, frankly. One of the main reasons districts look at the 4-day calendar is to potentially improve their recruitment and retention of teachers.
The survey conducted by the school district showed that most students, parents, and community members were either strongly or somewhat opposed to the proposed change, but it was a close race. The numbers were even closer on the staff survey, where about 40% of teachers and staff are somewhat or strongly in favor of the change. Next Tuesday, voters will head to the polls for local elections in both Missouri and Oklahoma. And Joplin voters will decide on whether to renew the capital improvement sales tax to fund such things as tax street projects. This week, the tax committee met for one last time before the vote. They discussed polling locations and also where voters can go if they have questions about the tax.
So if you come and you don't know all the answers and you're on the fence about it, and one of our committee members does show up, you'll see them there with a sign, and they're just there to tell you that they'll tell you about the tax when you come.
The city began collecting revenue on the 3/8 sales tax in 2004, and voters renewed it in 2014. Since the last renewal, the tax has funded 14 road projects. This time, the city is seeking a 12-year renewal. Freeman Health System showed its continuing support of Ronald McDonald House charities. Yesterday, members of Freeman Auxiliary, the fundraising and project-driven arm of Freeman Health System, presented a $10,000 check to Ronald McDonald House charities of the 4 states. The funds help serve families navigating the stress and uncertainty of having a seriously ill child. The Ronald McDonald House opened in 1998 on land donated by Freeman Health System. A Boys and Girls Club alumnus is showing the Southwest Missouri community how far 15% can go. A Joplin restaurant will donate a portion of last night's proceeds to the organization, and the Boys and Girls Club hopes other restaurants will do the same in the future. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
Feeding Futures is the newest campaign from the Boys and Girls Club of Southwest Missouri. This is the first Feeding Futures partnership with Trackside Burgers, as the club receives 15% in proceeds.
$15.50.
Which means $2 and some change for the Boys and Girls Club.
I think we had 3-4 weeks to get it together. We slammed Facebook. She made an event post, and we were like, we're doing this thing. We try to help the Boys and Girls Club as much as we can. I am a club kid myself formerly, so to come full circle, my 2 sisters work in here, and they remember going to the Boys and Girls Club, so it's very near and dear to our heart and my family's heart. So the goal is to get other local restaurants to jump on board, right, and to do these Feeding the Future nights and partner with the Boys and Girls Clubs.
The proceeds from Feeding Futures will go to daily operations and fund the summer program.
It costs about $10,000 a day to run our summer program, and we only charge kids about $5 a day.
The summer program offers classes ranging from arts and crafts to PE with 3 meals a day from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Hunt says local restaurants can support the Joplin and Webb City clubs by hosting Feeding Future, and the community can support it by eating there.
It's our call-in orders, dine-in, DoorDash, carry-out, all platforms. 15% goes back to the Boys and Girls Club.
Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Feeding Futures at Trackside Burgers and Barbecue ended last night at 8 p.m. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. Twin sisters at Riverton High School signed to become collegiate athletes. We'll have the details. Plus, Thailand is one step closer to legalizing marriage equality for same-sex couples. And we have a warmer and sunnier day today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back.
It's at Bath Naylor and Frisco Funeral Home. Call us today.
Nominate your Fort State hero today.
Well, Chloe and Olivia Parker, 2 high school seniors and twin sisters at Riverton High School, signed to become collegiate athletes. So Olivia and Chloe signing letters of intent at Riverton High School yesterday. Olivia will run track at Evangel University, and Chloe will play basketball at Neosho County Community College. Both Chloe and Olivia say they've been looking forward to this moment for their entire high school careers, and having each other by their side makes it even sweeter.
It's pretty awesome, you know. A lot of people in life, they ask what it's like having a twin, you know. And what it's like having a twin is it's special, you know. It's something different, you know. You always have that person to go to along your side.
We constantly push each other. It's always a battle, never fail. You always fight for each other, but at the end, we were biggest supporters for each other, and I couldn't ask for anything better.
Southern football ended the 2023 season on a high note with a double overtime upset of Missouri Western. Yesterday afternoon, Lions are back on the practice field for spring drills, prepping for the 2024 season. Missouri Southern enters its fourth season under the direction of head coach Atiba Bradley. Yesterday, Lions are holding their third practice of the spring. Their spring intra-squad game will be in just over 2 weeks on April the 12th. Coach Bradley likes the direction his team is heading this spring.
The number one goal is to get better, but for us right now, it's making sure we understand what we're doing on both sides of the ball. In order to be successful in this league, you got to be able to play fast and you got to be able to play physical. But that goes back to being able to understand your assignment, to understand your role on this football team, on this offense, this defense, special teams. And so if we can come out of this spring playing faster, playing more physical, we'll be happy.
Junction High School has a new head coach for its boys basketball program. School district announced yesterday Court Hardy is coming to CJ from Seneca. After leading the Indians to back-to-back district championships, Hardy joining the Bulldogs. Says in a press release he's eager to build the Carl Junction basketball program into something the community and fans can be proud of. CJ baseball at home yesterday. Bulldogs are 6-1, taking on 8-1 Lebanon. Top of the first inning, we got runners on second and third. Pop fly into shallow left field. Cooper Vides has trouble with it. That'll drop and bring in 2 unearned runs. CJ responds in the bottom of the first, though. Swing and a miss here, but the ball gets away. Aiden Straight hustling in from third, scores to make it 2-1. Top of the second, runner on first. Bulldog pitcher Chase Smith, my nephew, by the way, uses the pickoff move to get him. Nice play from the lefty. A little later, Smith gets a swinging strikeout to end the frame. Lebanon just keeps hitting, though. Josh Ziegenbein laces this one to right center in the top of the third. Yellow Jackets score 3 more in that inning. Not the afternoon the Bulldogs hoped for. They fall to Lebanon 11-1. Still to come, we'll see how not getting enough shut-eye can make you feel older. That explains a lot. And we're going to have another look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
When a rookie stunt driver
long after. CeraVe moisturizers.
Neosho Arts Council free concert in the park, April 16th.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 5:17 now on this Thursday morning. Again, for many of you, probably the last day of work, last day of school ahead of the holiday weekend. And it's going to be a great one, but don't worry. I know some of you are at work. You're like, man, why does the great weather happen while I'm at work? Well, the good news is the great weather will continue as we head into our Friday, Saturday, and for most of our Sunday. All right. Our camera, downtown Joplin and Cornell Complex, looking pretty good out there. Got a bit of a breeze, otherwise clear skies and a little warmer than yesterday, but still cold. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line, looking good. Same from the KDOT camera on 69. Of course, this one just south of Pittsburgh. Off to a great start. It is cold. We do have freeze warnings, this time just for northeastern Oklahoma, and these will run until 9 o'clock this morning. But the good news here is at least for the next several days, we shouldn't have to worry about this business much longer. Now, today, we could see some occasional wind gusts out of the south-southwest, upwards of 20 miles an hour. It's going to be overnight tonight and into tomorrow that we're going to have bigger concerns with the winds. Southerly winds now, with sustained winds 15, 25 miles an hour and gusts upwards of 40, and in some cases maybe even higher than that as we head into the afternoon hours on our Friday. So be prepared for very gusty south winds through the majority of our Friday. And this didn't change much. I advanced it 5 more hours, and still very gusty winds out there. It won't be until Saturday we start to see a bit of a break, but even then, still some of us a bit on the breezy side. Quick look outside. Again, 7th and Range Line looking great. Clear skies, 35. Feels like 30 in Joplin with the south-southeast breeze at about 6. Temperatures around the region, we're into the low to mid-30s for just about everybody except Parsons and Neodesha, both in the upper 20s. And as we get our morning started, it's going to start cold, but thanks to the south winds, even if they're not super gusty, they're still going to usher in warmer temperatures, and we warm up quickly. 53 by 11 o'clock this morning. Sunny skies, sunny heading into the afternoon. A beautiful textbook spring day, highs into the low to mid 60s across the area. And then this is why we're not going to have to worry about the freezing tonight. We're going to fall back slowly. We'll have a few clouds here and there through the evening hours. We'll be mostly clear back around the mid-50s for our overnight lows. There was supposed to be something here, and I didn't check the box. Well, that's all right. I'll take a moment and explain it, and I promise you by the next weathercast, the next weather update, I will have this thing to talk about our storm chances. I set it up. I just didn't check the box. I apologize. All right, so Sunday, Easter morning, could have some showers, mainly along and east of Highway 69 early in the morning. They should be done by about, say, 6, 7 a.m. They will be partly to mostly cloudy into the afternoon. Highs making the upper 70s out there. Then this is what we're watching as we go into Sunday night, Monday morning, and then Monday evening as well. We're looking at thunderstorms. We are monitoring what is appearing to be a fairly good chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms overnight Sunday until about this time Monday morning. So during the KOAM Morning News Monday, very likely we'll have strong storms ongoing. We'll have a few showers through the afternoon, and then we'll see another round of thunderstorms Monday evening. Those could also be strong as another system comes in. It does cool us down a bit for a few days, and then it starts to get a little bit better. So we'll, of course, keep a close eye on those thunderstorm chances as we head into this weekend. But again, a heads up, we are keeping an eye on some potentially strong to severe thunderstorms Sunday night, Monday morning, and again Monday evening. Let's check your forecast. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is prize money. Game show prize money.
In one product.
Call now 1-800-747-7381.
Well, topping Health Watch this morning, getting a good night's sleep has been linked to countless benefits. But here's a new reason: not getting enough shut-eye can make you feel older. That's according to new studies published Tuesday in the Journal of the Proceedings of the Royal Society B. Researchers found not getting enough sleep could make you feel 5 to 10 years older than you really are. They looked at a group of people between the ages of 18 and 70 years old. The group was allowed no more than 4 hours of sleep. On average, they felt nearly 4.5 years older than they really were. Researchers said that's because a lack of energy and motivation makes people feel older. It also limits physical and social activity, two things that help you feel younger. In contrast, when the same group slept well, they reported feeling nearly 6 years younger on average. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has finally settled a long-running lawsuit that started during the pandemic era. The suit stemmed from social media posts on Twitter and Instagram in 2021 about the anti-parasitic drug ivermectin. The FDA was accused of discouraging people from using the drug to prevent or treat COVID-19. Ivermectin is prescribed to treat neglected tropical diseases in humans like scabies and can help deworm animals such as horses and cows. In 2021, the FDA tweeted, "You are not a horse, you are not a cow. Serious, y'all, stop it." That tweet got nearly 106,000 likes. Wednesday, the FDA said in part it chose to resolve the lawsuit without admitting any violation or wrongdoing. The suit was filed in 2022 by a group of doctors. Two well-known celebrities have come forward this month with a diagnosis of skin cancer. Model Christy Brinkley and fitness celebrity Richard Simmons both said they've been treated for basal cell carcinoma. Every year in the U.S., there are an estimated 3.6 million new cases of this disease diagnosed, according to the Skin Cancer Foundation. But when it's caught early, most cases are curable. Mandy Gaither shows what this type of cancer looks like on skin and explains how to protect yourself.
It's the most common type of skin cancer, but basal cell carcinoma is also one of the most easily cured when detected and treated early.
Often because they present without any significant major issues, like it's not necessarily painful, oftentimes they can be ignored.
Basal cell carcinoma can look different from one person to another. These pictures from the Skin Cancer Foundation show the warning signs, including an open sore that doesn't heal, a shiny bump or nodule that can also be pearly or clear or another color and can be mistaken for a normal mole, a scar-like area that is flat, white, yellow, or waxy in color, a reddish patch or irritated area, and a small pink growth with a slightly raised rolled edge and a crusted indentation in the center. Sun-exposed areas are where these cancers are most often found, says dermatologist Susan Masick with the Ohio State University's Wexner Medical Center.
Places like the face, and particularly the nose, the lips, the ears, but anywhere on the face is fair game, as well as sun-exposed areas on the arms and the hands, as well as the upper shoulders and back.
Masick says to protect skin by wearing sun protective clothing, using sunscreen every day, reapply it every 2 to 3 hours, sooner than that if you're sweating or swimming, and replace sunscreen every year. An expired product may not offer as much protection. And if you find anything on your skin that's new or changing, see a doctor. For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
The Skin Cancer Foundation says tanning beds are never safe for skin. The organization says indoor tanning increases your risk of basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and melanoma. And that's a look at some of today's top health stories. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
And we've got ourselves a much warmer day across the area ahead of even warmer weather. We'll take another look at your forecast when the KOAM Morning News returns.
Dr. Phil. Weekdays at 3 on KOAM TV.
Right now at 5:30, Lamar, Missouri looks at options for the future of its aquatic center.
And we've got ourselves a cold start once again, a few freeze warnings, but it is going to be even warmer today. We'll take a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, students of all majors made their way to the Spring Career Fair at PSU.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning, 4 states, and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Elise Noe.
I'm Chris Warner. At least I think so. I don't know what's going on this morning. I am not here this morning, so
I passed it on to you because I've been struggling this week. And
after the incident yesterday morning in the 6:30 part of the show, it must have triggered something in my brain. I have shut down, and I apologize to the people at home. I thought I checked the box. I thought I checked the box in our system for something twice, and didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just not here this morning. I just started the coffee. Maybe I started coffee too late. Maybe I need to drink it faster. You guys at home, you ever have that sometimes where you're just not there, you know?
Have you been with me this entire week?
That's true. Chris? That's true. Well, we all have those days, so I apologize to you folks at home. I'm going to try and get through this morning for you. Let's start with a look outside. This is the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range line, looking pretty good as well. And as we take a look at the freeze warnings across the area, you can see some in the northeastern Oklahoma. They run until 9 o'clock this morning, so not like we saw yesterday, widespread, but still a few out there. And that doesn't mean it's not cold elsewhere. It is 35 in Joplin right now, 31 up in Pittsburgh, and temperatures around the region quite cold as well. We've got, for the most part, low to mid 30s across the area. And again, Parsons and Neodesha at this point are the exception to that, still sitting in the upper 20s. As kids get on the bus this morning, probably for their last day this week ahead of the Easter holiday weekend, we're sitting at 32, sunny skies, south breeze 5 to 10. Then by this afternoon, still clear, 62. Southwest breeze about 5 to 15. And we'll see some occasional gusts upwards of 20 miles an hour. And it's going to help bring in those warmer temperatures for us. We're looking at highs low to mid 60s today. Sunny out there, much warmer than where we were, about seasonable level temperatures. However, warmer weather's on the way. Windier weather is on the way. And we're watching thunderstorm chances still as we head into the holiday weekend. We'll take a look at all that in detail, hopefully, in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, after being shut down for several years, the city of Lamar is accepting bids that would lead to the removal of its aquatic center. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has more.
Dry to the bone and locked up from the outside world is really the only way to describe the city of Lamar's aquatic center.
Since the pool's been installed, there's been issues with leaks. We've shut the pool down previously and repaired some of those leaks. The last several years we saw a decline in attendance, and we saw an increase in water loss and an issue with staffing, and all those factors lead to the original closing of the pool.
However, now the city is taking steps that would lead to the removal of the aquatic center altogether.
Well, the city at this point is taking bids for engineering. What we're looking for is the planning and a budget estimate on what it would cost to remove the pool structure if council did decide to remove it.
Rives says the removal of the facility is likely inevitable, but that does not mean that the space will go unused.
I think one of the keys for the community at the moment is no decision has been made on what's going to be done with that property. We're just trying to plan. We know the structure itself is having issues at this point.
After speaking with Rusty Rives, simply put, he says the pool and the surrounding structure just need to come out. And the land and where it is needs to be remediated. From there, a decision will be made about what the future of this land will hold. But as of right now, those questions are still up in the air. Reporting in Lamar, Missouri, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Many residents have said that the idea of the pool being removed is a sad thought and would like to see an effort made to potentially build a new one. The city of Lamar is accepting bids until the middle of April, at which point the city will decide on the next plan of action. The Eastern Shawnee tribe yesterday broke ground on an expansion to its Shawnee Skies Training Center and Shooting Complex. The expansion will add an 8,000 square foot event center to the complex, featuring customizable seating and easy access to the shooting range. Officials say it will be used for corporate, personal, and family gatherings and host future state and national level sporting clay competitions. The Shawnee Skies complex is located at 1124-5 South 705 Road in Wyandotte.
This is super exciting for us to have this here. It's something that we don't have a lot of businesses like this around our area, and we just are really excited to have something that's going to draw more people and allow corporate businesses to have a place to send their people to have some fun.
The Shawnee Skies complex is, as we mentioned, 1124-5 South 705 Road in Wyandotte. Well, Pitt State hosted its spring career fair yesterday in the Plaster Center. The event was open to all majors and classifications. More than 130 companies attended. The spring career fair targets experiential learning opportunities from summer employment at camps to internships and full-time professional positions.
The opportunities for internships, full-time positions, and just the confidence to know that they can go up to an employer, they can talk with them, and have a really positive outcome from that.
Students got the chance to network with employers and learn more about opportunities available in their field of interest. The Carthage Early Childhood Center yesterday held their annual Farm Day event. Little Tigers got to experience the world of farm life with hands-on opportunities to interact with various animals such as ducks, chickens, bunnies, goats, and even a playful pig.
They were pretty fun. Yeah. And some goats are sometimes called kids. And some goats live in deserts. And the baby bunnies can be called rabbits too.
Well, the Early Childhood and Early Childhood Special Education program serve children 3 to 5 years of age. The opening of the brand new Fire in the Hole roller coaster at Silver Dollar City takes place this weekend. It features 14 immersive scenes that depict the night that the town the park sits on burned down. Riders aboard their very own firefighting wagon traveling 8 feet per second. They'll take 3 drops, then end with a final water splashdown in a 5-story climate-controlled building. Brad Thomas, company president and mayor of SDC, says he's excited to see how excited kids are to experience it for the first time.
The most fun is when a kid gets off of this ride and their eyes are wide open, because the kid will remember this moment for years and years and years to come, just like version 1 created so many memories for so many generations.
The ride opens this Saturday. The park kicks off its summer celebration on June 8th. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. The Colombian Navy seized over 3 tons of cocaine after chasing down a speedboat. Plus, the growing concern over the humanitarian impact of a ground invasion into southern Gaza. We'll have the latest. You're watching the KOAM Morning News.
captioning on KOAM TV is sponsored by Aaron Sachs & Associates, proud partner of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Topping World Watch. Thailand is one step closer to legalizing marriage equality for same-sex couples. Lawmakers in the country's lower house of parliament passed the marriage equality bill with 400 members voting yes on the measure. The bill would recognize equal marriage rights for couples of any gender, granting full financial and medical rights. The bill now moves on to the Senate, and then it needs to be signed by the king to become law. If finalized, Thailand would become the first country in Southeast Asia to legalize same-sex marriages, and the third in all of Asia, following Taiwan and Nepal. A new exhibition in Paris is shedding light on the political stage that the Olympics has played in previous years. France is preparing for the Summer Olympics to take place in its capital ahead of the Games. The exhibition shows how the mix of international sports and politics comes together. The exhibit focuses on athletes who made an impact on the history of the Olympics, like Jesse Owens. The 1936 Games is also highlighted within the showcase when the Nazis used the Olympics as a tool for propaganda. A speedboat chase leads to a major drug bust in Colombia Tuesday. The Colombian Navy seizing over 3 tons of cocaine after chasing down a speedboat in its Caribbean waters by San Andres Island. Authorities estimate the shipment has a market value of $113 million. It's the largest amount of cocaine they've seized this year. 6 people aboard the boat were detained. Where warfare continues between Ukraine and Russia Wednesday, with Russia striking a Ukrainian city, dropping aerial bombs for the first time since 2022. At least 1 civilian was killed and 16 others wounded. The airstrikes causing widespread damage in the city, destroying several residential buildings and damaging the city's Institute for Emergency Surgery. The airstrikes comes as Russia escalates their attacks in Ukraine in recent days, launching several missile barrages on the capital and damaging the country's infrastructure. Well, growing concern over the humanitarian impact of a ground invasion into southern Gaza. White House officials urging Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to reconsider his planned offensive, even as prominent Republicans rally behind Israel. The mixed messages coming as Israel continues its relentless attacks on the region. Correspondent Trey Yingst has the story.
October the 7th was like Pearl Harbor and 9/11 on steroids for the Israeli people.
Senator Lindsey Graham rallying behind Israel during a trip to Jerusalem Wednesday. The Republican calling on the Biden administration and Congress to make sure Israel has the time and space needed to achieve total victory over Hamas.
The 4 battalions that still reside in the Rafah region must be destroyed. That is non-negotiable.
The Biden administration, however, is discouraging the Rafah offensive. Officials saying an invasion where more than 1 million Palestinians are sheltering puts civilian lives at risk. It will also deeply impact humanitarian aid to the region.
A full-scale military operation into Rafah would be a mistake, and it's not something that we can support.
Remarks come amid heightened tension between the U.S. and Israel after the U.S. abstained from a UN Security Council vote allowing a ceasefire resolution to pass. This led to the cancellation of high-level meetings on Rafah between an Israeli delegation and the Biden administration this week. It's a move Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is now calling a message to Hamas that Israel will not bow to international pressure.
Don't bet on this pressure. It's not going to work.
Meanwhile, concerns grow over whether the war will escalate after a day of airstrikes and rocket attacks on the Lebanon-Israel border. The attacks killed at least 7 volunteer medics in southern Lebanon and at least 1 person in northern Israel, according to reports. The White House now saying Israel has agreed to reschedule that canceled meeting on Rafah, though no date has been set.
And that's a look at some of your biggest headlines from around the world. We'll be right back.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all.
Again. Why we are the faster, friendlier pharmacy.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 546 now on this Thursday morning. We're going to start with our freeze warnings that we have in effect for parts of northeastern Oklahoma, and these will run until 9 o'clock this morning. Then as we go through today, we could have some occasional wind gusts upwards of 20 miles an hour, but as we go overnight, those winds are really going to ramp up, and we're looking at gusts anywhere 40, 45, and for some of us, maybe even upwards of 50 miles an hour as we head through our Friday out of the south. Now, of course, you know, one thing that the southerly winds do, regardless of how gusty they get, is they're going to bring in much warmer temperatures across the area, and it's going to stay breezy for a lot of us, even as we head into Saturday, but it'll be a little better than what we're going to experience tomorrow. We've got clear skies in Joplin right now. 35 does feel like 30 with a south-southeast breeze at about 6 miles an hour. As we look at temperatures around the region, where for the most part, low to mid 30s out there, but we're starting to see a few more upper 20s. We've got some in Grove and Jay, as well as Parsons, Independence, Neodesha, and Sedan out there, and Stockton checking in with the upper 20s, as well as Miami. As we get our morning started, it's a cold start, obviously, but it will warm up rather quickly. Sunny skies, we're going to go low 50s by 11 this morning, so we're going to be better than where we were yesterday for sure. This is almost a textbook spring day. Some occasional wind gusts to 20 miles an hour, sunny skies, low to mid 60s for highs, an absolutely beautiful day out there. We'll see a few clouds here and there through the evening and overnight hours. And again, as we mentioned, the winds will pick up. We're going to be quite mild out there. That is a typo. We're going to go back into the low to mid 50s as we head into the overnight hours across the area. Now, as we head into our Saturday, again, we're going to have some additional clouds out there. We're going to be partly to mostly cloudy. And then Sunday morning, we're looking at a few showers. And you see they're looking to be mainly along into the east of the Highway 69 corridor. And by about, say, 8, 9, maybe 10 o'clock at the latest, these showers are out of here. We're going to be cloudy. We're going to be a bit breezy. We're going to be warmer on our Sunday. However, that's going to set up potential for some strong, maybe severe thunderstorms as we go late night Sunday into Monday morning. So we could see some strong, potentially severe storms continuing about this time Monday morning. So, of course, we'll be here with the KOAM Morning News, keeping an eye on this for you as this system rolls through. And as we go through our Monday, we'll still deal with some scattered showers and thunderstorms. And then we're going to see as this system actually pushes its way through. We've got this cold front here, and here's that low pressure almost due north of Wichita in central Kansas. And that's going to bring the possibility of some additional strong, potentially severe thunderstorms late Monday. And then we'll be left with a few stray showers as we head into our Tuesday as this low pressure system moves on out of the area, and then those will start to clear out as well. So we're going to keep a close eye on our thunderstorm chances Sunday night, Monday morning, and Monday evening across the area. Ahead of all that, though, we warm up nicely into the upper 70s as we head into the start of next week, and that system does cool us down a bit, although briefly. Upper 50s Tuesday, Wednesday, and warm again by the end of the week. That's a check of your forecast. We're back with more right after this.
I even got a manicure, too.
Introducing Us Days at US Cellular. Exclusive offers just for our customers. Get up to $1,200 to upgrade to any new phone.
Well, a frightening close call caught on camera is being used as a warning to highway drivers, and you have to see it to believe it. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Authorities in Utah are using dash cam video of a shocking near miss to warn drivers of the dangers of highway crash scenes. The Utah Highway Patrol shared the video showing several motorists on the scene of a nighttime crash on a Utah highway. Despite their best efforts to warn oncoming cars of the stopped vehicle in the road, a large semi-truck comes barreling through, seemingly at full speed, barely missing the stopped car and forcing some of the people to flee for safety at the last second. While social media users were quick to skewer the truck driver's actions, the Highway Patrol used this scary moment to remind anyone stopped on the highway to be extra vigilant and, whenever possible, to move stopped vehicles from the roadway. Another dashcam video, this one of a police chase in Florida. Was it a high-speed chase? Nay. A horse on the loose took its precious time, leading Ocala police on a tepid trot down a state road. Seriously, this chase makes driving this daisy look like Days of Thunder. Anywho, the county's agricultural unit was called in with a trailer to transport this not-so-fast and furious filly to greener pastures. Finally, let's show some love to a pair of swans that appear to be in love, showcasing an adorable courtship ritual in a UK park pond by literally forming a shape of a heart with their long necks. Bears, on the other hand, take a more paws-on approach with their siren swan song. Just take a look at these bears exploring a swan boat animal workers installed as an enrichment activity at a UK safari park. Since the burly boaters seem enriched, enthralled, and entranced, the swan pretty much had to just grin and bear it. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Well, stick around. We'll be right back.
Deep forest, majestic mountains.
learningalliance.org/eclipse and join in the activities.
A service dog is being celebrated by Las Vegas police for making a big impact within the department. Ahead of Jimmy's birthday on March 31st, the department threw him a surprise birthday party. Within his 1 year tenure, Jimmy has become a vital part of the department's wellness bureau, and his role is bringing comfort and joy to officers and community partners alike. In his first year, Jimmy has made countless appearances across the agency, offering support in various departments and even spending time with survivor families. Jimmy's party was filled with balloons and cake, which he thoroughly enjoyed. Happy birthday, Jimmy. And are you looking to try something daring and savory to quench your thirst? 7-Eleven has announced a new collection of sparkling waters in a variety of bold and cutting-edge flavors. One of the flavored seltzers is a twist on one of 7-Eleven's most popular snacks. The Big Bite hot dog sparkling water combines the delicious taste of the iconic hot dog into one refreshing beverage, ketchup and mustard included. 7-Eleven teamed up with art-inspired brand Miracle Seltzers to create the line called 7-Eleven TM Sparking Waters. One flavors include lemon lime, green apple, and sweet orange. Those sound more bearable. More details on the availability of the Big Bite hot dog flavor it'll be revealed on April Fool's Day.
I cannot even right now. This is the future we were working for, by the way. Like my parents.
Oh, good.
You know,
I'm so
imagine
glad
the year
got
2000.
here. Yeah.
You know, flying cars and stuff. We don't have that, but by golly, we've got hot dog flavored sparkling water.
We should try it on the show one time.
Absolutely not. You can try it on the show. I'm not participating in that tomfoolery. No way. All right. Let's break down what we've got for the rest of the morning. It's a cold start out there. It's going to get better, though. Look at that. Low 50s by 11 o'clock. Sunny skies, and we'll have occasional wind gusts upwards of about 20 miles an hour. As we head into the afternoon, we are looking at highs low to mid 60s. Occasional 20-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Sunny skies. A textbook spring day. As we head into the evening, a few extra clouds out there. We'll go mostly clear tonight. Winds start to pick up out there as well. We'll go into the low 50s across the area. We are going to continue to warm. Wind gusts tomorrow, by the way, could reach 40, 45 miles an hour. We're going to go in the low 70s, upper 70s by Easter, and then watching the potential for some strong, potentially severe thunderstorms Sunday night into Monday. That's check your forecast. We've got a whole nother hour of hot dog flavored morning news right after this.